Anthony.
Hi.
What brings you in today?
I I don't know what to do. I've had something come to my attention that is really disturbing me, and I don't know how to handle it. I got a phone call from my daughter's school that they were doing a random locker type search, and in her locker they found some drugs,
Oh.
and not just marijuana or something like that, but pills and those type of things. And this really concerns me because I've had a history with drug use and abuse, and now I'm worried about my daughter, and I don't know if she's dealing or if she's taking or what is going on, and I have no idea how to approach this, what to do. My use almost ended my marriage. I'm afraid that because I haven't told my wife yet. That's another thing, and I'm afraid if I tell her that, then it might get into dredging up old stuff with me and cause more problems in our marriage, and maybe some way this will be my fault. And really, I just want to make sure my daughter's okay, but at the same time, I want to protect my marriage.
Okay, sounds like you've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Let's start from the
Overwhelmed.
beginning, kind of roll back a little
Okay.
bit there. First things first, let's kind of work through this.
Okay.
All right. The first thing, the issue with your daughter. And finding it. Have you asked her? Have you talked to her or had a discussion with her?
I haven't done anything yet because
Okay.
I don't know what to do, and I
Okay.
don't want to do the wrong thing.
Okay.
The school, when they called me about it, they haven't proceeded to kick her out or anything yet. They're still doing a lot of investigations.
Okay.
So I don't even know if she knows that they know.
Okay, so nobody's heard her side or
Yeah,
what all is going on, all the details.
Because my initial reaction is to jerk her up by the neck and what the hell are you doing type thing. But and I don't know. I don't know if it's hers. I don't know if I can believe her if she says it's not hers. I don't know.
Okay. Let's put yourself in her situation. How would you want to be approached, and how would you like it to be handled if it were you that was your daughter instead?
I wouldn't want anyone to find out.
Okay, true.
Well, I grew up with my dad. If I did something, no matter how big or small it was, he would just knock me around, and that was so. I would prefer it not to be handled that way. I guess I would want someone to just listen to what I had to say about it.
Okay.
But then again, I probably wouldn't be very honest.
Okay, that's true. I mean, a lot of us were going to try to hide or withdraw, but with her going through this, and it's now affecting you, and you're worried that it's going to affect your family and everyone, then possibly that's the best way that we could look at this is first get her in, and you guys sit down and talk.
Like bring her with me here?
You can't, if that's what you want to do, that would be a good thing. Or if you need time to just sit at home and try to talk, if you feel you can keep yourself in control.
I think I can keep myself in control, but I just don't know if I can believe her. Okay. Because if she is getting caught up in those things like I once was, then I know that defenses and lying about the use is top notch. And I guess more than anything, I'm afraid of her having to go down that road. Like, I wish I could rewind the clock past yesterday and this not happen. But I know I can't ignore it. So I just...
Has she shown any other signs? Have you seen any signs that she's doing or...
She's an athlete. She does really good in sports. She does good in school. Behavior at home is fine. We haven't had any behavior problems. That's why this really kind of just came out of left field and why I don't know how to deal with this.
Okay.
Because, since both of my girls were little, we've talked about my use and how it affected me and what I had to go through, and I would just hope that they would have heard that and made different decisions. But then again, I don't know. I don't know what's
So
going on.
you've been very open about your past and your history and all that happened within your life and how it affected you and all that. She knows that. I think maybe we need to just kind of slow down, practice some stress release exercises. I'll give you a list before you leave that you can kind of just de-stress a little bit and calm down. Then maybe find time to talk to her and ask her. See what's going on with her. If you want to come in and have an appointment here, that'd be great. I'm more than willing to sit down with both of you.
What do you think about the idea of just having her go take a drug test?
Well, you could have her take a drug test. However, that's kind of just right.
It's kind of assuming that she did something wrong. Just assuming
she has done right away without asking her and without giving her an opportunity to explain what might or might not be going on. And once you get down, sit down, and talk to her, just tell her, hey, just if you feel that she's not being honest, or even if there's a doubt, why don't you say, hey, let's get a drug test, just to lay everything to keep it calm. You can go about it calmly.
Well, I have a problem as they get amped up, I get amped up.
Yes.
And it's like one has to talk louder than the other.
And it escalates.
And this is just going to cause so many.
Yes, and part of that's why I'm saying you need to de-stress yourself. You need to try some of these relaxation. Try to just calm yourself. Take deep breaths. Calm down. Count to 10. Something gets said to you that bothers you before you speak. Stop. Think. What should I say? How should I handle this? Keep calm, because if you can stay calm, chances are they're going to stay more calm. They're going to be more receptive.
I just don't understand why she would do something like that. She has the ability to where she'll be able to get a scholarship for school.
Is there a possibility that she didn't do this and that there might be other things in play?
There's always it's not mine, somebody else put it in there. And I do know that even though the school has a rule against sharing lockers, but she does anyway, like all the other kids probably do. So, I guess it's possible. I think a lot of it is I'm thinking more along.
You're replaying your life.
Yeah.
Through her.
Yeah. I'm kind of putting my life onto her and assuming she's going to make the decisions that I make.
She's not you, and you have to keep that in mind, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So we need to work on you working through your stress with this.
Yeah.
And then work on two things. You with your stress and your reactions to this, and not let it come to the point where you think it might go.
Yeah.
Let's take it one step at a time. And then you work with her to see where that relationship and keep it, because it sounds like you have a good relationship with your daughter.
Well, yeah, I do, and I think, and at the school, like I said, she's an athlete and a good student, and she's a leader, and I think that's maybe why they didn't do something right away, and they're doing an investigation, but.
Which says that they have faith in her, that maybe it's not.
Yeah, well.
Right?
Yeah, so how would I get her to come in here if I wanted to bring her in? What would I tell her if I didn't tell her?
Why don't you just tell her that you need to come in, you want her to come in and sit in on a family session, that you're going to do a family session and you want her to come with you.
Okay.
And we can take it slow and approach it. We don't need to just jump in as a...
Well, I want to try to get something going before the school decides to do whatever they're going to decide to do.
Okay.
And I've got to talk to my wife about it, or it'll be a hiding thing from her, and I don't want it to be that. But.
And that would be a good idea. Sit down and have time with your wife before you have that. Maybe she can come with you. And we can just do it as a family group.
She would be open to that. It's just she went through so much with me.
I understand that.
I hate to even put the thought in her mind that she's going to have to go through the same thing with her. And it's just, then I get into maybe I'm blaming myself if she did do it. I don't, like I said, there's like 1,000 things
going on all at one time.
Yeah, it's just.
So I think let's back it up then to start with the one thing, try to put the other and wait, because you're going one, and you're building and building and building.
Yeah.
And we're right down here, let's work on this first,
Okay.
okay? And let's not try going up here until we get this one down here first.
Okay.
And then not build up, okay? Let's not work on what could be negatively, what could be positively. Let's look towards the positive.
I don't know if any
That's-
positives that could come out of this.
Well, it could,
I
because
mean-
it could bring you closer together, a
Yeah.
greater understanding.
Yeah.
It could show your daughter how much concern you have for her,
Yeah.
and where you and your wife have worked through all this, it could bring you closer together too. Did you ever think, showing her that you really have made this change and respect her for
Well-
what she did with you?
Yeah, I've been clean and sober for like 12 plus years, so I mean, that's way in the back, but it's bringing up some of that, and like
The old
you said, I
memories.
think maybe I don't know, but
I understand.
I gotta be able to think in some way, and since this has happened, I've just been running every scenario through my head, and
Well, now tell me, how do some of those scenarios end up?
well, I mean, they find out that it's hers, and maybe she's not using, but she's dealing. Well, if they press charges with her, then that's a felony drug arrest because it's on school grounds. So she won't be able to get student loans or any help with school. She would lose her softball scholarship. I mean, it would just really set her life back.